Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, my kids. In our last chapter, we learned a lot about communication. Today, we are beginning a new chapter of study called Communicating Our Culture. We will learn about our community and local culture. We will also learn about cultures in other regions in Egypt. We will explore how culture is communicated through art, music, clothing, traditions, and celebrations. What do you think the word culture means? Culture is the way of life for a group of people. Culture is made up of the customs, beliefs, and the way of doing things for a group of people. Let's begin our exploration of culture by thinking about our school. What do we do every morning in the school? Schools all across our country line up in the morning and do some of the same activities. So, the way we do line up is a part of our school culture. Now, let's think about our country's culture. We live in Egypt. Our country's culture is influenced by our thousands of years of history. Let's begin by focusing on one part of culture that is our celebrations. Like Eid al-Fitr, for example. Let's read how Noor celebrates Eid al-Fitr on page 163, titled Noor Celebrates. Noor quickly put on the new clothes she just received. She was ready to go out and celebrate Eid al-Fitr with her friends in the community. Today was the third day of Eid al-Fitr, and she couldn't wait to get to the carnival. Hossein was going to meet her there with his family. She enjoyed seeing all the colorful lanterns lining the street and eating the traditional cookies. The performers were also fun to watch, but Noor's favorite thing to do was listen to storytellers tell traditional folk tales. She also loved hearing the stories that her grandma would tell her. Did you notice how Noor and her family celebrate Eid al-Fitr? Try to read the story again and check out the answer. Yes, exactly. Firstly, she put on the new clothes. Number 2, she see all the colorful lanterns lining the street. And number 3, she eats the traditional cookies. These are the ways Noor and her family celebrate Eid al-Fitr. Now, you know some ways of celebrations in Noor's community. Who did she celebrate it with and how similar our culture is? You can also think about our celebration in Ramadan. There are many ways to celebrate in Ramadan. The colorful lanterns, kanafe. Now, imagine that you were communicating with a student in another country. How would you describe our community celebration? What would you draw if you were writing a letter to that student? Please turn to the next page titled Our Community Celebrates to draw and write to tell how your community celebrates Eid al-Fitr. Hello, my friend. I am writing this letter for you today to invite you to visit my country, Egypt, at Eid al-Fitr. It's really a happy time for all of us. At first, we wake up in the early morning, wear new clothes, and go to the mosque to pray. After praying, we visit our relatives, play together, and eat the traditional cookies. So, as you see, the way we celebrate Eid al-Fitr is almost similar to the way Noor and her family celebrated Eid al-Fitr. This is our culture. How we celebrate different holidays or events in our community is part of our culture. Football is an important part of our culture and many citizens are passionate about it. We also have teams in almost each city of Egypt. Now, please open your book, page 167, titled Egypt Culture, to capture what we are learning and try to draw a picture to show a part of Egypt's culture. Today, we began thinking about culture and discovering how culture is part of our community. See you next lesson to complete talking about culture. Goodbye and thank you for listening.